Okay, let's try and unpack this. It just feels like the AI news cycle is running at 1,000 miles an hour, doesn't it?
It really does. Just keeping up feels like a full-time job sometimes.
Yeah, you almost need a shortcut, a way to just cut through all the noise and get to the important stuff, the bits that really matter, or maybe even surprise you.
Absolutely, the sheer volume is huge, and figuring out what's truly significant, that's the real challenge.
Right. And that's exactly why we've grabbed a whole stack of recent AI news summaries. We're focusing just on June 3rd and 4th, 2025 here.
Just 2 days, but covering everything from new models, research
And
papers,
economic impacts, real world uses, all those big societal questions, too.
and our mission really for this deep dive is to sift through all that, pull out the most insightful bits, maybe the unexpected nuggets from all the different perspectives we found in the sources.
So you can get properly informed, fast, without feeling like you're drowning in updates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So looking at just those couple of days, what jumped out?
Well, there was quite a bit of buzz from events like the AI engineer event. They were talking about practical things like GraphRag.
Oh, right. Combining graph databases with AI retrieval for better context.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And also this concept of tiny teams for like really focused AI workflows. Plus, a ton of updates from basically all the major players.
Oh, definitely. The pace of model releases is just relentless. You had OpenAI pushing more into native audio, continuing the rollout for their codex coding stuff.
And making that memory feature available to free users too, right?
Right. Then Google, they're busy with infrastructure like Deep Search for agents, creative tools like VEO3 for video generation.
And getting Gemini 2.5 Pro closer to general availability, apparently showing strong results on web tasks.
Yep. But it wasn't just the usual giants.
Huh.
NVIDIA dropped a model called Nematron.
Ah, yeah, trained with something called ProRL, prolonged reinforcement learning. The sources seem to suggest it's for like more stable training.
Something like that, yeah, aiming for effectiveness. We also saw Japan launch Shisa V2, making some pretty bold performance claims.
And Anthropic introduced a research feature for their pro users, kind of focusing Claude's strengths.
But they also made some less popular capacity cuts on their older models, which is interesting.
How so?
Well, it just highlights that even as the tech gets better, things like access and stability can be moving targets, you know?
That's a good point. And others like Mistral are still pushing hard on code generation too. It shows the competition's fierce everywhere.
Definitely. Beyond the models, though, the sources also pointed to some intriguing research, stuff about the fundamentals.
Like what?
Well, one paper suggested large language models might actually be quite limited in how much info they can truly store per parameter, like maybe only a few bits.
Huh. Which could explain why generalization, getting them to apply knowledge broadly, is still tricky.
Potentially, yeah. And kind of related, another study showed that vision language models, the ones doing image and text, can sometimes rely too much on just memorized data.
Especially when something contradicts reality. So they might struggle with truly new or hypothetical situations.
Exactly. It makes you think about reliability.
And then there was the more unsettling stuff mentioned, this idea of semantic viruses.
Ah, right. Exploiting the model's internal understanding of the world. Sounds a bit sci-fi, but researchers are actually exploring it as a potential vulnerability.
Wow. Okay, but on a more positive note, the sources also mentioned research into things like that ProRL technique again, or new fine-tuning methods.
Yeah, suggesting we could see big improvements in training efficiency and how well models hold on to knowledge.
Plus, IBM releasing a responsible prompting API, it shows the focus isn't just building bigger models, but also guiding how we use them safely and ethically.
That's crucial. So you've got this rapid tech progress, new models, new capabilities, research pushing boundaries.
And the sources really drive this home. It's not happening in a bubble, is it? All this tech sheets right into these huge economic and societal discussions.
Exactly. Real concerns highlighted in the sources,
Yeah.
like powerful AI becoming, well, a luxury item, locked behind paywalls.
Potentially creating more of a digital divide, yeah. Stratification.
And the job displacement worries, they're definitely not going away.
Sources quoted folks like Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei expressing concern.
And that prediction from a former OpenAI AGI readiness head, that was particularly striking.
Oh, yeah, that claim. That by 2027, that's just 2 years away, nearly all economically valuable computer-based tasks could be done better and cheaper by computers.
Quite a statement, bold, maybe a bit alarming coming out of the source material.
It is. And it's not just abstract theory. The sources gave concrete examples too, like people using ChatGPT to summarize medical visits.
Right, making complex health info easier for family members to understand. That's a tangible benefit.
And there was that experiment replacing a logistics assistant with AI. Showed big time savings.
Although the sources were careful to note it still needed human oversight for the really crucial decisions, which shows the potential, but also, the current reality. Human expertise is still very much in the loop.
So just looking back at these couple of days of news summarized in our sources, it's crystal clear innovation isn't slowing down. New models, research breakthroughs, practical uses popping up constantly.
For sure. But neither are those big picture questions, are they? About AI's impact on society, the economy, jobs. They're evolving right alongside the tech itself.
And all this development, it directly impacts how you listening might use AI or how it could affect your work, your life really soon.
Especially when you consider that prediction we mentioned from the sources. By 2027, almost all valuable computer tasks done better and cheaper by AI.
It just raises massive questions, doesn't it?
Absolutely. What does that prediction actually mean for different jobs, different industries, for society as a whole in just 2 years?
What stands out most to you from all this rapid change? Definitely something to think about.